Hello, Aries, and welcome to your March reading. So, this month is a very Aries month because on the month of March, of course, we're gonna have in Aries Venus and Mercury, and then they're gonna start retrograding. We have your new moon and a solar eclipse on the same day, at the same time. And a lunar eclipse, still in Pisces, but going into your month of Aries. So this month, the fire, and we're kind of building up to it as we're going towards it. The fire will kind of take its direction. And maybe after a long time pausing, reflecting, we had Neptune that is coming in Aries also, with my dreams and all of that. Am I going to back them up? So, we start the month. You arrive with the Two of Pentacles. So you arrive juggling. And since we're talking about realignment, where am I backing myself up? Where am I aiming for what I want to achieve? Where I'm going and all of that? My fire, my will. With the Two of Pentacles, this is when we are not in the alignment we should be. All parts of us do not agree with the alignment. So that's what makes us juggle. That's what makes the emotions up and down. We're on one foot, on the other foot. It can be this balance between our feminine, our masculine, our inner world, outer world, how we perceive things and how we act out there in one of those directions. The old world, new world, old friends, old this, new alignment, new life. I have a hard time letting go of the old paradigm or of the old reality or experience of life that I had. So, usually we're kind of crazy overthinking here with the red hat, but a good idea of where you're gonna be, you're actually coming in the month juggling with. Under it, I have the 5, which is kind of like juggling, because see, the fire is going all over the place. This, maybe this, what is my fire going to back up? Leftover, abandonment, I'm not good enough, I sacrifice more than what I receive. That kind of, because I have to do it, that's kind of my belief. Okay, lack. Leftover of this, or 8 of Pentacles, where I'm growing naturally, effortlessly, because I'm focused, I'm passionate. See, the same red pants. But instead of being active into what am I grounding, this a little bit, he is completely grounded into his truth, into who he is. That's why his shirt is blue also. It's his throat chakra. That's my alignment. That's who I am. And when I am focused like this into and grounded, focused, grounded, aligned, my fire, my will, my spirit will give life to this. And it's going to grow naturally. 8 of Pentacles. So, is it one? Is it the other? You're coming in juggling between these two completely different concepts. And the 5 of Wands needs to be matured, is in transformation. 5s are a number of transformation, but as it is transforming, a bit like when the caterpillar goes into the butterfly, there's a soup section of the transformation where it's nothing and everything. That's a bit the Five of Wands. Of course, it can generate conflicts with other people, but it's more like we have conflicts with other people when we haven't completely integrated our will. And so therefore it is going to be confronted with maybe what we used to believe, what we used to want, people from that old us. And it is confronting with us until we choose that one avenue. Then it becomes very powerful, but it's an initiator of change. During the month, like, mid-month, and we're going to have the full moon in Virgo. Now, Virgo comes and grounds things. Full moon is going to show us in our body, in our habits, in our daily life, what needs to be revealed, what we need to be aware of. And especially there's a lunar eclipse with it. Eclipse means change. So you see, change. But we're going to feel it in our life. And for you, and this is interesting because, see, we have the moon. We have the moon, which is a lunar eclipse on this. Well, it's a solar eclipse. The moon is in front of the sun. But anyway, an eclipse. And here is the moon. So that means here is whatever is going to come up to the surface to be addressed, since it's in Virgo, to be discerned, to be processed. I'm going to have to get out of my head because that could be a bit too much Mercury here with the Eight of Swords. If you have, and probably you were very Eight of Swords, that's why you were juggling. Yes, but too much information. I have a hard time. My rational is trying to make sense of this. But here, the moon is going to come up. And here you are, Aries. What am I doing? What do I want to invest in? What do I want to go for? What do I want my life to look like? And this is going to be you're going to question this a lot. And under that, I have an Ace of Wands. There's the new beginning. Maybe it comes with the equinox. Maybe it comes with spring, new life. But that Ace of Wands is going to create a Six of Wands. So you're going to go from confliction to, you know what? I have nothing to prove. I'm back from it. I'm back from Vietnam. Okay? The troubles of my life where I suffered and all of that. I'm not there anymore. I'm back from it. That's going to be the extra one that's going to allow you to be in the Six. Finally acknowledging yourself, understanding what that lesson was all about. Once we understand it, we can let it go. We don't have to carry, like once you graduate, you don't need to carry all of the books since preschool with you. You can say like, okay, I've graduated. I know how to write. I understand it now. I know how to count. Now I'm up to my next stage where I'm going to learn more and carry new books and whatnot. It's a bit like that. At the end of the month, we're going to have the new moon in Aries, your new moon, and at the same time, a solar eclipse. So again, eclipse, big change in the direction we were taking. So first we kind of have the light shed on how in our daily life and habit, how do I back myself up in a way? How do I back myself up? And then at the end of the month here, we have the Hangman and the Seven of Pentacles. So some of you will be continuing to analyze where you're going. Okay, since we have a lot of retrograde, Mercury in retrograde, Venus in retrograde, a lot of analysis. Hangman, that's 12th house. What am I surrendering? I need to look at this from a different angle. I need to understand it so that I can manifest it grounded from above to below with all of my elements mastered. Or am I going to start and stop, have this crazy fire? That new wand, yes, I need the courage to go for it, but I need to be able to plant it and ground it. You see how his wand is touching the ground? His wand is not touching the ground. So it's not a grounded energy. And what happens with ungrounded energy, it's good in the here and now if I have to move fast. But at one point I'm going to have to ground it, because if not, it's just going to not stick around and not help to grow. So this is very contrasting with the Magician. And I think it's going to be like that, moving into action. So maybe you're going to move into action in April, but this month, this is really to stop juggling and to finally release what was putting you on a pause or creating that inner conflict and that juggling in your life. So let's clarify this for my Aries for the month of March 2025. All right. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Aries for the month of March 2025. Aries for the month of March 2025. All right. Okay, what are you juggling about when you come in? Clarify. Oh, the juggling. Okay. I have the Two of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Cups in reverse. All right. So, of course, that Ace of Cups will help bring calmness, serenity. What do I love? Maybe we have a hard time knowing what do I love. Maybe we're juggling because we're in dynamics with people. Doesn't have to be your husband, wife, lover. It's mirrors in our life that are mirroring more our shadow, more this maybe, than our light, our transmutation, our growth. Maybe I want love, but I don't have it, and part of me doesn't believe in it. There's a juggling. I want it, but I don't believe in it. See, there's a contrast. The Ace of Cups is not always love. It can be what I'm going to be loving to bring, to create, to connect with others. It's a new level of communion, peace, serenity, creativity, pleasure. It's all these things. It's the living creative waters. So let's look at what's the conflict here with the 5. Ooh. Okay. So I have a leftover. And here we need Scorpio. This is Venus in Scorpio. A leftover of illusions, projections, based on our past wounds and things like that. So when we have a leftover of that, probably based on leftovers of this. We see them in reverse, so that means that what's lingering is in the shadow. It's in the unconscious. On top, I'm celebrating, I'm happy, my cups are in a receptive mode, yes, but my past, my experiences, my core beliefs are of the opposite. Part of me is maybe projecting, part of me still has fears about what I'm investing in, where I'm going, and so on. Let's look at the moon. What is the moon revealing? What is the moon revealing here? Where you had the King of Wands and the Eight of Swords in reverse. Might be able to get out of my head about. Whoa, it's revealing the Ace of Wands. That's going to be right under. So that means that that Ace of Wands is going to affect your inner world right away. It's going to affect your transformation. And I think it's going to bring an end of that inner conflict when it comes to who you are. I am Aries. Who you are and what you want to invest in. Maybe it's going to remove some of the resistance, some of the I have to be on my guards because I've always been attacked, put down, and whatever. And that's my truth. That new wand is going to make you bring yourself in a different way. What is that new wand? Ace of Wands. Of course, it's going to be different for all of you, but it's always something that gives us a little bit more oomph, probably so that you can manifest here. I want it to come out so that on your table here, your wand is aligned. So here we have a repeat of the, so that you can get out of your head and stop procrastinating, sabotaging yourself about it, thinking, yes, I want to do this, I want to invest myself in this way, but I can't because maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe it wouldn't be good enough what I want to bring. I need that extra self-love or love for who I am and what I'm supposed to bring. Let's look at that hangman with the, so still analyzing, still looking, Seven of Pentacles, looking at, what I've done until now. And maybe here, that's what the hangman wants you to look at from a different angle. How do I disempower myself for what I want to invest and go for? That I start and then I stop. Fear comes up. The dishes are more important. Whatever. What disempowers me. I need to look at that from a different angle so I can release it, surrender it, sacrifice it to the 12th house. So I can turn the page on whatever are these crazy beliefs that I inherited, I bought, whatever they are, that are preventing me to change my condition, to completely go for what I want to invest in, for what I want to manifest. Magician. Yeah, okay, they're insisting on this. So, 10 of Wands here. And that's probably what the Knight of Wands in reverse was all about. As long as you don't really turn the page emotionally and mentally on whatever the wounds were in the past here with our 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, and 2 of Cups in reverse. Whoever cut your spine because of this shadow mirror here, telling you your worst fears about yourself because you believe them, you need to turn the page, forgive, forget, And when I say forgive again, I'm repeating, I'm not talking about the forgiveness where you purify the person because you forgive them. No, no. Forgiveness is more that drawing that you see where you can take yourself, you take your willpower, and you push yourself away from the emotional collateral damage of whatever it is. You give it back to the sender. You give it back to the universe. But you're not being driven by it anymore. And this is how you're going to really be able to manifest. So whatever is the leftover of leftover sadnesses that you're still carrying on your shoulders, that are maybe putting crazy expectations on you, that you keep taking things, responsibilities, and the hopes and needs of others and all of that on your shoulders. This is what is preventing you from grabbing your own wand, because we cannot have 11 wands. We're going to break the camel's back. So here, yes, but I can't drop these 10 wands. And that's why I'm going to drop them a bit, but go and get them back right away. This is what the hangman wants you to really look at a different angle so that you can release this. So how are we going to call that? Because like for Pisces here, your true transformation will be in April, Aries. And this is the beginning. So you're going to have that new strength. I'm going to call it new strength because there it is. That's your new strength that is actually going to back up your transformation. That's going to allow you to really stop juggling and get out of your head. New strength. So, on this, my beautiful Aries, I'm going to send you all my love and light for the month of March, and happy birthday for the ones that are end of March Aries. The equinox is, of course, at the end of the month. Good time to put the seeds of what we want to grow. It's life coming back to life. It's light taking charge again. Because the equinox, except if you're in Australia, it's the opposite. But if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's light coming up. So anyway, the seeds of intentions should be planted. If you have access to the ground that is waking up, write down your intentions and plant them. And then you can see them realize themselves during the summer, and you can reap your rewards in the fall. If you want a private reading, if you want the book on tarot that I wrote, if you want the tarot course and all of that, it's all on mysticwitchtarot.com. So apart from that, thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. New moon, full moon, 2 eclipses, lunar, solar. I ask the divine to give you back in the shape that is the most beneficial for you. And of course, thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. Please subscribe to help grow the channel. And on this, my beautiful Aries, I'll see you next month.